Forecast First, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
It's been a very dreary day across central Illinois with a lot of cloud cover as well as rain showers as well. The thing is, though, you've got some sunshine poking in through the clouds behind me. The thing is, though, it's also been very warm and windy. 64 degrees in Champaign, 65 in Danville, 64 in Bloomington, and 68 degrees in Springfield, which is where we have our Flooring America weather camera up on our roofing dog INET. The way that the rain showers have been moving throughout the morning and afternoon have likely cut down quite a bit on the chance for severe weather later on this evening. The wind gusts remain pretty strong and noticeable out there, up to around 20 to 30 miles per hour. Our forecast planner, though, still calls for the chance for scattered showers and storms, but again, we're looking at less of an impact from severe weather. We'll time things out with Future Track, though, in just a little bit. WCIA 3 News.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Public health officials report 3 more dead people in Illinois due to the coronavirus. We're live in Sangamon County in Springfield, where one person died, with details.
The Housing Authority of The Housing Authority of Champaign County is closed. When it will reopen and who's in self-quarantine.
These small businesses are getting hit so, terribly that I want them to go and support our local restaurants here.
What she's doing to help them survive.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
The coronavirus claimed its first victim in central Illinois today. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. Jennifer's off. The virus killed a woman who was visiting family from out of state. She died at Springfield's Memorial Hospital. WCIA 3's Mark Maxwell is live in Springfield tonight. So, Mark, what can you tell us?
Paul, good evening. State public health officials started their news conference today from Chicago reporting 3 new deaths due to the coronavirus in Illinois. One of them happened here at the Memorial Hospital in Springfield just behind me. Local public health officials tell us it was a 71-year-old woman visiting her family from Florida. She was here. She was, in fact, the first known lab-confirmed case in Sangamon County of the coronavirus. And today, she succumbed to that virus. She died from the coronavirus. Public health officials tell us there are 5 confirmed cases locally in Sangamon County here. None of the rest of those are hospitalized. But get this, Paul, they only have 16 pending cases out there, pending tests, rather. The 5 confirmed cases, 16 tests. We expect an influx of those tests in the coming days. The hospital here behind me also taking extraordinary precautions to screen with a thermometer or a test of the people who walk in and out of here. They're also trying to inform the public to place a call if you think you're showing symptoms. Place a call here or in Decatur, where they have drive-up testing sites where you can drive up to the curbside and take a test there. But again, they're trying to grapple with and contain the spread of this as they try to build out capacity at hospitals. In fact, today, Governor Pritzker reporting that the state is taking a hard look at the possibility of building a field hospital for any kind of overflow medical care we may need. We've seen a drastic jump in the number of confirmed cases in Illinois just in the last day, from up to 422 confirmed cases now as these tests become more readily available. Again, just those 5 confirmed cases in Sangamon County as the state looks to build out their capacity and as healthcare professionals look to protect themselves as they are working on the front lines of what is this increasingly global pandemic of the coronavirus. For now, reporting in Springfield, Mark Maxwell, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Mark, thanks. Now, the death just reported was among 3 linked to coronavirus. The governor discussed today the 2 others happened in Will and Cook counties. That brings the total to 4 in the state. The governor also said today there are 134 new cases of COVID-19 in Illinois. There are 422 cases in 22 counties. Health officials say the number is rising quickly, partly because of the increase in testing. Now, the governor also said today districts and parents should be prepared for classes to be canceled beyond March 30th to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Schools have been closed since March 17th. It's unclear how long an extension could last, but the State Board of Education officials have said an extension was, quote, a very real possibility. Some states, including Kansas, have canceled school for the remainder of the academic year. The Housing Authority of Champaign County is closed until Monday. An employee is being tested for coronavirus. The Housing Authority says the person doesn't work with the general public or clients. They started showing symptoms after the offices were closed to the public. The executive director of the Housing Authority says he's experiencing symptoms and is self-quarantined for 14 days. We are your local election headquarters. Votes were cast and ballots were counted on Tuesday for the 2020 Illinois primary. But a Republican in Champaign County says some of the early votes were totaled too early. Now he wants them counted again. WCIA 3's Andy Olson reports.
The 2020 Illinois primary went as planned with few issues on Tuesday. But now, 2 days after the fact, Republicans in Champaign County saw something that worried them in the results. A timestamp on one of the results pages issued by the county clerk's office. Here's the page that Champaign County Republicans shared on Wednesday. It's timestamped March 16th, 10:19 p.m., which is the day before Election Day. Champaign County Recorder Mark Sheldon says if that's the case, that they did count votes before that, it's against state law.
They just kind of can't believe it could be done or would be done. So it's not legal. Nobody would even consider doing it in any other county.
Sheldon points to state election code in Chapter 19, where it says election ballots shall not be counted until the day after the polls are closed on Election Day. I contacted the State Board of Elections. They agreed with Sheldon, saying it appeared to have happened in Champaign County. But counting votes early wasn't their biggest worry. In a statement, spokesperson Matt Dietrich says, quote, "The greater concern is that early voting results not be made public before polls close on Election Day, as this could influence voter behavior. At this point, there is no indication that any early voting results were made public before polls closed on March 17th. With no assurance that members of both parties were present for the early count, Sheldon still believes the totals need to be double-checked.
You know, we need a full investigation. I also believe we need every ballot recounted. I have no confidence right now that things were done accurately.
In Urbana, Andy Olson, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
County Clerk Aaron Ammons responded to those claims on Facebook. He says votes were counted the night before the election, but part of his statement says, quote, "A Democratic and Republican judge executed this process, jointly handled the ballots, and both signed off on the corresponding written results." He says the results were stored on a thumb drive and it was placed in a locked box. Ammons says the process was in place before he was clerk. Traffic is flowing tonight on I-57 after a truck rollover shut down a section of road. It happened before 2 in the northbound lanes north of Tuscola. State police say the rain may have played a role in the crash. Traffic had to be rerouted for nearly an hour before the truck was moved. The Secretary of Agriculture says Americans should not panic. While the store shelves might be bare, there is plenty of food. But other food problems could come later. As WCIA 3's Raquel Martin reports, farmers now say they too face financial hardship.
That's the good news. We have plenty of food supply in our food supply chain.
U.S. Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue says Americans don't need to panic about getting their next meal and should stop hoarding food.
That's just common courtesy by leaving something there for our fellow neighbors.
Perdue says U.S. farmers are working diligently to keep up with demand, but farmers are also concerned.
In the last 2 weeks, we've lost about 60 cents on our corn. When you drop 50 or 60 cents, that puts us below the cost of production. That's very, very unnerving.
Tim Seifert, an Illinois corn and soybean farmer, says the pandemic is a threat to farmers, already struggling to rebound after nearly 2 years of trade fights with China.
There's a lot of concern about the future.
He says farmers are committed to feeding the world, but says if the pandemic continues through harvest, they could be in real trouble.
That's kind of scary. You know, what lies ahead is unknown right now. Let's just hope and pray it doesn't get to that.
The American Farm Bureau Federation says that significant challenges lie ahead for the ag industry. They're now calling on the administration to help so they can continue supplying food.
I can assure you, USDA, under the leadership of President Trump, is going to be looking out for our farmers.
Perdue says the administration is considering extending farmer benefits created during the trade war.
But we're, again, communicating with Congress over the needs that we have.
What we need to do is respond.
Iowa Senator Joni Ernst says Congress is working on a stimulus package to help all Americans. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
It was a breakout year for the Illini basketball team. What player probably had the biggest impact? Also tonight.
I hope that for them, at least it gives them a little bit of sign of hope.
It's a time when businesses need all the support they can get. How one person is doing her part, one establishment at a time.
And as you look behind me, we do have quite a bit of sunshine in Springfield on our Roofing Dog iNet Flooring America weather camera. Should we have seen this sunshine earlier on this afternoon, I think we would have had a very unstable atmosphere, giving us a lot of fuel for severe weather. Since it's coming in pretty late, I think our chances are a bit low. We topped out today, though, at 63, above our average of 52. Coming up, we'll still track the storms, but we're looking now at a cooler weekend with more rain showers for next week. We'll have all the details next.